Hello and welcome along and welcome back to Six Ashes. It is day 5 of spring and we have £32,921. We are really establishing ourselves quite nicely now. So we actually have enough money to lease the area we want. We want to get field, so we need to lease field 17. Because that is the stables and stud that we want. But that will cost us, to lease it, 16,300. So that's half of our money. And to be honest, with the amount of money I want to spend for the tractor and everything, that is still, we don't have enough leeway. On top of that, Seasons is doing its wonderful normal fun. And while we have a good amount of sunshine today and would be able to dry the grass on that field today, we've got rain most of the next game day and the game day after that and the game day after that and so on. So what we're going to have to do, I think, is we're going to have to prepare for the fact that it's going to be not the most settled of weather for our spring and summer. So we are going to do another contract, and there is a perfect contract for us. It's a little bit of a repetition from what we did last time, but field 61 wants potatoes. And somebody actually said to me last time, in the comments of the last video, should I that I should have kept the potatoes back for more seeding, and they were so right, because we could have used them for this. So we are going to borrow the items for this contract. We have a Voltra N series, I think this is. Let's just jump in and find out. I know T series Voltra, so that's pretty cool. The smaller Grimmer potato seeder, and a weight. So yeah, I don't know why it's given us the smaller seeder. Unless this is a time thing, and it's on the less. The smaller thing means it's going to take us longer to do it, and therefore it pays more than the last contract we did. But yeah, we are definitely getting paid more for using a smaller bit of kit. Let's attach our front weight. Oops. There we go. Attach our front weight. And now we want to grab, well, how much does this take? So this takes 2,700 litres, and each pallet is contains 2,100, I think it is. Yeah, 2,100. So we need a couple of pallets of this to start. And we're going to be a little bit more careful this time. We're going to try and avoid overfilling for when we are. But we are definitely going to need these first 2 pallets. So let's get this filled up over here. But yeah, potato contracts playing this way are absolutely the way to go. They just give us so much money, it's ridiculous. And the same goes for potato harvesting contracts. When those come round, I want to grab them, and I'm going to hold on to the excess potatoes that we get from those, because then we can do this. Then we're able to do these. I'm wondering, actually, I know roughly how much horsepower our tractor's going to have, but where's potato technology? Here we go. So this takes 150 horsepower. So we're gonna be stuck doing this type of contract with the contract equipment. It doesn't cost us really much to do it. Basically, I think it was like £600 for the lease of this equipment to do this contract. So we're in pretty good stead. We still have 30,000, even having bought those 2 pallets of potatoes. We still have that. I think, though, judging by other contracts I've seen like this, we're probably gonna need 5 or 6 pallets worth to do this. So I think we're going to be left with 20 to 25,000. Still, though, 20 to 25,000 means that we will have around 50,000 to establish our farm, which is really good. Makes me really happy to do that. The thing that annoys me is the fact that if we're going to try and create, if we're going to try and get hay from our grass field fairly early on, we're going to be stuck, because we're not going to be able to actually create the hay with that much rain kicking about. And you know, if it doesn't dry quick enough, it's just going to rot on the ground, and that is, yeah, that is not a good way to go. Now, we have done this field before. We ploughed this field a little while ago, so I want to try and get, I think the top edge is actually a little bit better, but potatoes go north, I think it's north-south or east-west. So I don't think we can, I think we've got to basically go straight across or straight up and down in order for this to not look funny. Let's turn this on and see what happens if we go across this bottom edge. And I think we're going to end up seeding across purpose. 315 would be the angle. So, yeah, 315 is about there. There. That's exactly where it is. So, let's get the right bit, switch over to our thing, and away we go. And yeah, you can see it is doing it at a really odd angle. Yeah, and the moment I switch the other way, it's doing it at the other 90 degrees. So there's no way that we can do this that looks good, other than maybe going straight up the field to that corner and dividing things a bit. But yeah, that is going to look weird. So I need, yeah, I think what we'll do is I'm going to go up to this far corner here. We'll work our way back across the field, and we will do it. Ideally, I want to do it across the field, I think. So we're going to take it from, so across the field, yeah. It's going to be taking it from this corner up here. And just going like that. So that is, see, that there is going up and up the field. That there, 180, that is going across the slope. So that is the angle we want to take it at, is across the slope. And trying to get this lined up so that this actually looks half decent. That is a real test. But this corner here actually looks fairly good for this. If we turn this here, we might have a straight enough edge to work with. 146, yeah, it's there. It really is there. Okay, so we've gone the whole way around the field, and the best place for us to start, the best place for us to get it is this corner here. Actually, we do have a straight edge that is at 180 degrees. Perfect. So let's line this up, push this down, and away we go. And hopefully then, yeah, we're making, we're not only going the right way, but we are also doing it in a way that looks good too. So we're in the last 10% of the potatoes here. We're working our way down the field. We're making pretty good progress, to be honest. But we've got about 15% of this job done. I've been reflecting on this, and I know the last video I was very much saying that I was that we were going to be getting the yard and getting everything set up and everything, and coming on here today and trying to and looking through everything that I wanted to get set up, and then the weather. The weather was the real clincher that made me go, I need to do one more contract. I need to do one more thing that is going to guarantee that I'm good and able to set everything up. Simply because at the moment, yes, we could go and get our yard, and we could go and get our tractor and probably a couple of implements for it. And it would be fairly close in the amount of money we have. The thing is that in doing that, we're going to be struggling more. And if you get a contract like this, if you get a potato seeding contract that's worth over 30,000, I mean, if we manage to somehow do this and leave 20,000 in the bank, we're going to be over 50,000 after this. We are going to be able to get ourselves established and not worry about immediately having to create anything or any kind of hay or anything like that. We can immediately go. We can buy a few hay bales. We can get some, and we can get the horses straight off the bat. Now, how far are we through? So 16% off a single load. So going by that, we need at least 6 of these. So 5 more of these. I reckon that is gonna be somewhere in the region of maybe 8 pallets of seed potatoes in total. Based on what we have. So 8 pallets of seed potatoes is about 10,000-ish. Whoa! Where did he come from? That's alright, we're good. I think we avoid him. I think he's stopped in time. So it's about 8,000. Yeah, it's about 10,000. So I think we're going to end up with, yeah, pretty much in the middle of my estimate. 20 to 25,000 pound at the end of this before we complete the contract. The contract, as I said, is worth just over 30,000. If I go F3, okay, we'll move slower, but it's worth 33,000, which is not bad at all. So yeah, we're looking at being over 50,000, maybe even as much as 55,000. It's 16,000 for us to lease the land that we want. It's going to be about 13,000 to get the tractor that I want to get. And then I think the mower is 4,000. But if we got that rain, we won't immediately get the mower. Yeah. So we're looking at having a nice little bit of money kicking around. And that means when the spraying contracts kick in the near future, we will still have some money to do those with as well, which is a pretty important thing. So let's load this up, see how much we have left. We are going to need another one, so let's refill that. And while that is refilling, I'm going to go and grab another pallet of seed potatoes. So those are here. Buy that, yes, okay, and back, and back, and back. So that is that one emptied. Let's, so that's, okay. So that's interesting. We get about 1.5, yeah, about 1.5 pallets does it. So this will be, yeah. That's odd. Okay. So how much does that pallet have left in it? If I can tell. I can't tell at the moment. But yeah, so it's about half a pallet. So we'll get this up to the field and we will continue on this, and we'll see how well this holds up. We're expecting to be about 32% done on this contract at the end of this load of potatoes. And to answer the question, we are, yeah, pretty much on track. We are 29% with 7% to go. So we may be dipping a little bit below. We had this last time. We had this with the last contract, where the percentage seemed to drop the further into the contract we went. We are now at, yeah, 4% left. I don't think we're going to get to 32% with this last 100 litres. We might make it to the edge of the field. Are we going to make it? Yes, we are. Okay, so I'm going to lift up here, turn around and back in. We'll use up these last 40 litres so that we are going back with an empty thing, because otherwise we might just end up with having to redo stuff. Plus, this will tell us exactly what our percentage through the field is. So there we go. Lift that. And what is our percentage? 30%. So yeah, we've dropped 2% on where I'd expect it to be. Could be due to rounding errors. It'll become more clear with the next load. So I am going to go and reload, and we will come back and we'll get started on the next lot and see how we do. So back to the field with another load, and this should mark the halfway point when we get these done. So we'll line this up, turn this on, drop it down, and away we go again. And yeah, so this should mark our halfway point. The interesting thing is about that though, it is 10 past 4 in the afternoon in game. So if we finish, if this goes around about how others have, we're looking at maybe being about halfway through this at 6 PM in game. Things won't quite get dark there at that point, but they will start getting dark by about 8 PM. So that is, I think we're looking at probably getting most of the way through this contract this video, but having to finish it off next time, which is yeah, which is a bit annoying. I really wanted to get this finished today, see if we could then get our farm next time. But what will probably happen is we'll start off the next video with this, finishing off this contract, and then get our farm set up. It is going to be a wet day next game day, so there's not much going to be much else to do other than this and getting our farm set up. I don't want to put a hired worker on here because we'll never make any money off this contract if we put a hired worker doing this job. So yeah, it does need to be us doing it. We are on the getting to the longest part of the field, so this is where things start getting a little bit faster. But yeah, it's still a case of we're going to be working probably into the night to get these done. If we can get this done this video, I will do though, because to be set up with what we with 50 odd thousand to get ourselves set up like next time is really important. I mean, this is the reason why I've taken on such a big potato contract, is because yeah, we are getting every penny we can. And if you look at this, I mean, there weren't that many contracts for this today anyway. So yeah, leaving ourselves in a position of strength with the money, because we're not allowed to go into the negative. That's the thing. Survival on this absolutely is that we're not going into the negative, so we have to watch that. We're going to have to watch what we do every day to ensure that we don't do that. That's part of the reason why we can't borrow, because borrowing means we're pretty much in the negative all the time. Whereas, as it stands at the moment, we have yet to go into minus figures. 25 past 6 in game, and we're coming to the end of our third load of seed potatoes on here. Still plenty of sunlight, so we're going to keep going. But the thing that amazes me about this contract that we're doing at the moment is that this is not our first contract on this field. This is a field that we ploughed before, and I just find it intriguing. The thing that's taking longer here is not the actual job. We're actually steaming through the job at a fairly good rate. What's taking the extra time is the fact that every so often we're having to take the tractor back to the shop, buy more or pick up more potatoes, and head back here, which is very, very, very time consuming to go and do that. So that's what's taking us the time on this more than anything else, is the fact that we are heading back to the shop on a regular basis, grabbing potatoes and coming back to this field. Now, can we finish this video? Yes, I think it's possible. Will we be going into the dark? Again, pretty possible. We are out of potatoes, and 46% of the way through. Now that's good news, because what that means is that yeah, we're doing about 15.5% per load. So 15.5% of the field per load. Very good news, because that means that we're in a position where the actual number we're gonna need is gonna be it's gonna be 7, and it's gonna be about 6 2/3 is what we're looking at. We've got our third one done. It is 10 to 7 in the evening, so what I'm going to do at this point is, to allow us to get this done, I am going to take us down to 5 times, just slow the time down a little bit, so that we can complete this contract, get this out today, and next time we'll be able to go and get our tractor and our farm and a load of equipment, which just makes sense. Now, for the first time there, we've had to buy a third pallet of seed potatoes. We didn't quite have enough to fill this off the remainder of the previous pallet plus a full pallet. So yeah, that has cost us a bit more. We are down to 25,000, but heading back down to the field. And yeah, and it's 2 minutes past 7. We are on the wider bit of the field, so this is the bit that is faster. But yeah, I think we're going to go fairly late with this one. But at the same time, yeah, we're going to get the money in, and we're going to be set up, which and properly set up, which is going to be perfect. It's 10 to 9 now, and losing light fast. We've got, how far are we through this now? We're 66%, so we're 2/3 of the way through this contract. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get this emptied. We'll get this back to the shop, and we will. I think I'll try and get as much of this finished off before next video as I can. That way we can just complete this contract and get started on the new farm next time, and yeah, be all good. So we can complete this contract off camera for the most part, and that way we won't be in a situation where we're doing this again next time, But I think that's where we're going to leave it. So what we're going to do is continue on here. But for now, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.